Thank you very much. Thank you for the invitation, Your Excellencies, everybody on the distinguished panel. I'm happy to be part of this discussion. However, I couldn't attend in person, so apologies for that. I'm very happy to hear that our project is being discussed and mentioned several times during the discussion today. So yes, you are correct. Eurasia 1 is fully green, renewable hydrogen, if I may say, in a gigawatt scale. Large scale. The reason for such large scale is the economies of scale. Yeah, the reason, I guess I have to go back a little bit on why Kazakhstan and Mangistau was chosen in the first place. The cost of production is mainly the wind capacity, the wind, potential, and the solar potential, which is one of the best in the world. If we look at the wind capacity, it can compare to the Nordic Sea wind capacity, which of course lays on the cost of production of hydrogen, which is the major part. So our plant is estimated or being developed currently for estimation of 40 gigawatt of green electricity production, which is 70% wind, 27 gigawatt, and 30% solar, which is 13 gigawatt electricity. And this would feed into 20 gigawatt electrolyzer capacity. That would allow us to produce 2 million tons of green hydrogen annually. And if fully converted into green ammonia, that will be 11 million tons of green ammonia annually. I have to mention, since everybody is discussing the grid, this is fully island grid, off-grid, without the PPA agreements with the government. And we feel confident on the project development going further because we understand approximately what is the cost of production. Now we are calculating what would be the expenses for the transport and logistics of the final good, that being green ammonia from Mangistau to Europe. Several locations in Europe. We are already cooperating with Deutsche Bahn and have finalized the first phase of the studies for the transportation of green ammonia, and the results are quite good. If we compare the transportation expenses from Mangistau to Europe, compared to the larger green hydrogen hubs arising in the world, which are currently in South America and Australia, we are quite cost competitive when it comes to logistics cost. Of course, it does require quite a bit of investment into new infrastructure. We have looked at tankers, what kind of ships would be necessary for the Caspian Sea, what kind of ships would be necessary for the Black Sea, etc. There is a lot more development that would be needed. But we believe that demand creates an infrastructure investment. Yeah, and it's not only for our product. In the future, the middle corridor have the full potential to develop into a new alternative way between Central Asia and Europe. If we go back to the project development phase, we are currently working on the pre-feed. We have recently signed a pre-feed contract with Technip Genesis from France. We are starting our environmental and social impact assessment very soon, or all the land plots are reserved for survey works, and currently we're carrying out archaeological, geotechnical drilling, environmental, bird breeding, water sampling studies. All of that is ongoing, so project development is in very active phase. Also, we have installed 2 wind measurement towers since last August that is generating data for us and pretty much confirming what we have found out during our pre-feasibility study for the project development back in 2019. If we look at the timeline of such ambitious large project, our aim, very optimistic but realistic, I say, plans are to reach the final investment close by the end of 2026, and that would allow us to start construction by 2027. And if we stick to our ambitious timeline, then we are hoping to produce the first ton of green hydrogen in Kazakhstan in 2030, and bringing us to full operations by 2032. I hope that gives you a little bit more background on where we are at and what's happening with the project.